One Republican who has been vocal about this Syrian refugee debate is former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. He joins us now by phone. Governor, thanks for being with us.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
I'd like to ask you, first of all, to respond to what you heard a moment ago, President Obama's criticism of the notion that shutting down the borders here to Syrian refugees is essentially leaving widows and orphans in their moment of distress.
Well, it's unfortunate that the president seems to be more interested in protecting the reputation of Islam than he does the American people. And you have a French president who is going all out after ISIS, declaring war on them, closing the French borders, and doing everything humanly possible to try to eradicate this malignant tumor on Western civilization. Our president, instead of going full bore after ISIS, seems to be more intent on going after Republican governors who are listening to their constituents, who last time I checked, that's who they work for. Look, we all believe in compassion. Compassion's not the issue. But the president has this notion that if you don't exercise compassion in the manner he prescribes, then you don't care about people. And I resent that. I think that's an incredibly tone-deaf approach to what people are afraid of. They just don't want to see in the streets of America what we've seen in the streets of Paris.
But, Governor, what about the notion that the president has raised that the anti-refugee rhetoric, in a sense, is a recruiting tool for ISIS?
Well, it's ridiculous, because do we really think that ISIS is going to cool down, calm down if we don't say unkind things? We're talking about people that will blow up little children, will blow up innocent people having a coffee at a cafe or going to a concert, and they do it with great pride. These are people that strap bombs to the bellies of their own children and blow them up in the name of their religion. And I honestly don't think anything we say is going to temper their hatred, their animosity, and their animalistic behavior. I think that's utter nonsense. What we need to be doing is being very protective of the American security and safety to help with the refugees. I'm all for that, but let's do it in those areas and nations that are adjacent to where they're refugees. I mean, after all, why are they refugees? They're refugees because in many ways this president never took ISIS seriously. He called them a JV team. 9 hours before Paris said that we had contained them. Clearly we had not. And so it makes much more sense to try to build a refugee center and encampment in the Middle East than it does to bring people 8,000 miles away where they're completely disconnected from their culture and language, and much more difficult for them to ever get back.
But many people have come from all over the world to this country to make a better life for themselves. Governor, can't we properly vet these people, these refugees? Isn't there a way to do this properly that would still keep this country safe?
Well, there may be, but I'm not confident this particular administration can do it. After all, they gave us the Obamacare website that cost $1 billion and didn't work. They gave us Obamacare that was supposed to let us keep our doctor, keep our health care, and cost $2,500 less. We've been lied to repeatedly about why Americans were murdered at Benghazi, the IRS scandal, James Rosen's investigation by the FBI. I mean, how many times do we get lied to, and then we're supposed to believe that they're going to vet them? And when the director of the FBI says we can't vet them, I mean, I've got a lot more confidence in his understanding of a background check than I do the political rhetoric of President Obama.
Governor, I know our time is short here. Very quickly, what is your reaction to the developments outside Paris overnight? Word that the alleged mastermind behind the bombing on Friday may have been hiding out there.
Well, it again shows the French are absolutely dedicated to rooting out this evil from their midst, and I congratulate them. And I think they're reacting like everyone in the world should react to Islamic jihadism. You cannot negotiate with them. You can't temper them. You can't hope they're going to somehow come to their senses, because they're not. This is a battle not between just religions. This is a battle between civilized people and barbarism. And if we don't see it in that context and see it in that clear term, we will continue to see innocent people murdered.
Former Governor of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee, thank you very much for your time, Governor.
Thank you.
Congressman.